Today we're thinking with the public about the notion of money, the afterlife, religion. So what did it mean in the Christian church in the Middle Ages to make offerings? What's the economy of salvation that's going on? We're also thinking quite broadly and thinking about other religious traditions. We've been looking with some Norwegian colleagues at really exciting work that's been going on with medieval churches, medieval church archaeology, how to understand what medieval Norwegians thought about their spiritual life. But we've also compared this with some recent work on contemporary Tonga and offering services within their Methodist tradition.
The university, particularly I think over the last 10 years, has made huge efforts to break down the barriers between those inside academia and those of us who live outside it. And they put on a large number of events which allow the layperson, in these terms, to access some of the latest thinking in key subjects. And I think it's just a wonderful opportunity for people to take academic learning and apply it in their own lives and indeed in general in society.
We want to know how religious practice was going on between common people in the Middle Ages and how the medieval church used money and what was the significance of money and religion. Today we were looking at archaeological finds from medieval churches. In some churches we have found several thousand coins from the Middle Ages.
Where coins are dropped is really important. Are they dropped? Are they left there deliberately? Do they give us patterns of where people were sitting in church? Do we have a women's side of the church, a men's side of the church? So do we have gender segregation? What kind of coins are being dropped? Are they low value? Are they high value? When would they have been given? So is this to do with saint shrines? Is this to do with offerings for the fabric and upkeep of the church? Are these at particular festivals? There's a whole range of possibilities that emerge from a single coin that you can hold in your hands, and you're really at the edges of what you could know. You're almost holding the past in your hand.
It's interesting for me to listen to what the archaeologists and theologians have to say about the role of Christianity and the meaning of acts of generosity and giving in a Christian context. And I think it might be interesting for them to look at this from the perspective of a totally different context.
It's a really wonderful event to put on, a really fascinating event to put these very different questions into the public arena, but also to debate them with ourselves. So you get a whole cornucopia of different perspectives and different positions on things. The similarities are as interesting as the dissimilarities between various religious traditions and across time.
Every time I'm at such an event, I go home with new questions, new perspectives, and it often starts off with a very, very basic question made by the general public, which I can't answer, but which I have to think upon and work with to try to find answer or place into my research.
This event really speaks to the value of interdisciplinarity, of bringing people together, different perspectives to answer particular questions. It also speaks to collaboration. This is really the watchword of what we do. How to learn to speak to other colleagues, how to learn to speak to each other, how to learn to speak to the public. This is incredibly important in our cultural discourse and the place of humanities in modern society.
Having the Being Human Festival is great because it opens up a lot of different opportunities to talk to scholars in person and discuss what ideas are currently going on in this field. It's great because I'm able to talk to them in person. It's not just an email communication. And an event like this helps to fuel new ideas and new research, things that haven't yet been explored, and to spread it to the general public so there's a greater awareness of the stave churches or of the northern idea of Christianity beyond just what's currently known.
The chance of bringing very different perspectives around a common theme is very rewarding. It may open your eyes to possibilities that you will otherwise not see.
It activated my brain in a way that hasn't been activated for some time. It was wonderful to be with people who are absolutely enthused by their subject, who have a great deal of knowledge about their subject, but were very open to being challenged by alternative perspectives. And I found that openness to be challenged and to come back and extend my horizons was just fascinating and, well, energizing, really excellent.